Y'all see that little white ass baby with that? All my kids look like me, goddammit. I know the strength of my cum. How Diddy's trying to kill me. I got to have sex with one handicapped girl. It was one handicapped bitch. You know, and it's like, come on, man. Stop trying to make me look unsmart.
This is what can happen when a child works a full-time job from age 8, making all kinds of money that is being mismanaged or potentially stolen, on top of experiencing all kinds of dark things that go on behind the scenes out of the public view. Orlando Brown was a funny child, full of energy and had an infectious personality. Growing up in Los Angeles, California, his parents knew it was possible to get their child into acting. His godfather knew of a young talent management agency, and after a few auditions he landed his first role as Tiger in the movie Major Payne. The movie wasn't wildly successful, but it is a classic 90s family film with great jokes and a heartwarming ending. From here, he became a go-to in Hollywood for a funny, adorable child role. From 1995 to 2000, Orlando had 17 different TV roles. Family Matters, The Jamie Foxx Show, Safe Harbor, and Two of a Kind were his biggest gigs. From age 8 to 13, Orlando was working harder than I probably ever have in my whole life. But in the 2000s, he didn't slow down. He would land a huge role on the Disney Channel alongside Raven-Symoné. Raven was a very successful child star. She and Orlando both acted alongside Damon Wayans. They were both on popular sitcoms. They were both go-to child stars for family-friendly shows, films, and cartoons. They interconnected with all the same people in Hollywood for a few years now. Eddie, played by Orlando Brown, is the athletic, overconfident, aspiring rapper.
Believe me, you ain't never heard a young man that can...
Then the Proud Family movie and TV show where he voiced Sticky Webb.
Well, peep this. I programmed my pager to pick up a...
Orlando at this point had a wildly successful youth acting career for over 10 years.
I remember when I couldn't have none of this stuff, you know what I mean? So
Orlando was on top of the world, but he had a slip-up. He was arrested. In 2007, Orlando was driving through the west side of Houston at 1 a.m. when he was pulled over because his headlights were off. He consented to a search and the officer found some grass on the driver's side door. He was charged with misdemeanor possession and released on bond. An honest mistake, a sincere apology. But Disney in 2007 demanded the squeaky clean image of their actors, so the repercussions were brutal. From here, he never worked with Disney ever again. Orlando was always passionate about music, so he pursued it. Instead of going the typical route of signing to a major label and using his Disney fame as leverage, he decided to remain independent.
Young Star Entertainment, the League Entertainment coming to you soon, you know what I'm talking about? M-Law, Young Star,
However, none of his music ever hit Billboard, never earned any certifications, or got any mainstream publicity. He never did any tours and barely did live performances outside of maybe a club appearance or an empty baseball stadium.
Well, you know, I'm pushing my new single to Peter Pan and some brand new dance.
His new sitcom, The Orlando Brown Show.
I wrote The Orlando Brown Show, which is my sitcom. I have a reality show, I have a cartoon, I got a lot of stuff going on.
He promoted these two projects for years, but I could not find any proof that they ever existed. Couldn't get them off the ground without a substantial amount of cash. His first DUI. In 2011, Brown was driving in Hollywood without a license plate. After pulling him over, the cops suspected he was drunk, and after failing a sobriety test, he was booked in the famous Hollywood Station. After failing to appear for court, he became wanted for failing to prove that he enrolled in an alcoholic education class, which then led to another DUI. You think they're paying you for their reruns? So $30K would be like main character money with managers that know how to negotiate. Orlando being a side character, I would say $15,000 per episode with a good deal. 100 episodes, that's $1.5 million over 4 years. On top of animated shows and films, it's possible he could have made a few $1,000,000 over his 12-year run. But most children don't have any concept of the money they're making.
See, let me tell you something. As a kid, you don't know that you're getting paid.
Most of the time, families are poorly managing the money or straight up stealing it. We have no actual proof, but judging by the way the rest of his story goes, it indicates he was struggling. Orlando Brown sentenced to 180 days in jail. He just kept evading the courts, failing to pay his DUI fines, and failing to complete his alcohol education class. When he got out, things got worse. Orlando was outside a 40-year-old woman's apartment in North Hollywood threatening her. She claimed they were acquaintances and he made sexual passes at her, in which she denied, which led him to exploding in rage. Orlando says the woman was stalking him and he went to the apartment to tell her boyfriend nothing was going on between them. His story doesn't, but the big news of 2015 was That's So Raven reunion on The View.
Hey, Kyle, can you come out here, please?
Right now?
Raven was 15 and Orlando was 13 when they started dating. Since the show officially started filming in 2001, and Orlando said they were already together before the show even started. At the time, it was hard to tell if he was joking, serious, or delusional. I think it's obvious why he wasn't invited to do the That's So Raven reboot, Raven's Home. It's probably worth mentioning for this first Vlad TV interview, he got arrested for striking his girlfriend, which resulted in police finding methamphetamine on him. With all the new attention on Orlando from the interview, combined with an alleged drug problem, things got worse.
I don't understand why people are just mad at me because I got to have sex with one handicapped girl. It was one handicapped bitch.
See, let me tell you something. Stevie Wonder's not really blind. You fell for that the whole time.
And I'm white mixed with German. You know, I'm a mother. You know, I don't do these things. Why would I smoke crack?
The brown of the tip, it was just, I don't know, it was this, what you call it, the areola? The areola, yeah, the areola, yeah. I remember just...
I gave her some.
From here, he got more interviews.
They said, can you explain?
I ate her.
Okay.
When you said what you said, what happened to that?
I'm sure you're thinking, Orlando got a tattoo of Raven on his neck. He was about to enter probably his darkest times. He got arrested by some bounty hunters who broke into the home he was staying at and took him into custody.
You got a possession, you have a PC-148, PC...
During the arrest, he also had a meth pipe on him. At this time, he also had a warrant out for domestic battery. A few months later, he would be arrested again, this time for trying to change the locks on the doors of a friend's restaurant.
I'm away from your house. I'm away. I'm off your property.
Come back over and I'm gonna knock you the fuck out.
I'm off your property.
With all these problems stacking up, Orlando's friends and family decided it was best for Dr. Phil to intervene.
Today, I'm glad to say I'm 4 years sober, and you know, it's been quite a journey.
After this interview, it was very clear how far drugs had taken him. He wasn't able to remember how many kids he had or their ages.
What's the 2-year-old's name?
2-year-old, still in the belly. Still in the belly. We don't know yet.
Okay. You said the 2-year-old don't know the name because it's still in the belly.
That's because I have a baby on the way as well. I just mentioned
So
that.
the 2-year-old is still in the belly, so that means that that child has been in there for 2 years.
Not necessarily.
Orlando had hit rock bottom, but he started releasing music consistently and he looked a lot healthier. And his music actually isn't that bad. I wish I could tell you this was the redemption story, but it wasn't. A clip of him after getting beat up went viral. Then he would go on manic tirades claiming that he is Michael Jackson's son and he owns the Neverland Ranch, as well as claiming that he is Will Smith's son.
Hey man, that nigga Michael Jackson, bro. You feel me? That nigga Michael Jackson, bro. That nigga set me up, bro. I'm Trent. I'm your long lost son, Trent, bitch. I'm Trent, bitch. AKA Blanket Jackson, motherfucker. The real Will Smith, motherfucker.
He also frequently talks about other rappers being gay because it gets attention.
How long you been in recovery for?
Recovery for
Drugs or alcohol?
I haven't been in.
Oh, so you don't fuck with that at all? I was kind of the impression that.
Oh yeah, nah, bro. Nah.
However, it seems like the drugs and alcohol may have had some permanent effects on his brain, but he's still talented, still funny, and still trying to better himself. And the fact that he's still trying is monumental. We can only hope he has a support system that can prevent things from getting out of control again. And maybe one day we can see an iconic comeback.
The way to swallow me, my demons follow me. Illuminati trying to bottle me. Stop trying to holler me and get the people who they want to see. They calling me the new millennium rock king. Times pop better than jigger, word, my type of nigga. It's obviously safe to say I'm the pick of the litter. My abominable family try to make me a critter. Everybody wanna rate my nerves, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, none of you make me nervous. If you hire me, I do my job and do it perfect. I ain't tripping on none of these bitches because I'm worth it. Yeah, trip. The helicopter come with security, holding choppers, land, hop off the plane, get inside the mouth of Chewbacca. When you speak up on my name, I just pray that you do it proper. Best lyricist in the game, probably right next to Biggie Papa. Look at you and look at me, little nigga. You what it do, I'm what it be, little nigga. Till my shoe from my knee, little nigga. I'll air out all your loved ones I see, little nigga. Nah, I ain't fucking with you till I think you get the picture. Spending grands on bitches and $1 million on switches. Ain't shit sweet. Everybody thinking like delicious, making ends meet, fighting, trying to make it.